a tantalizing dance of human connection, a veritable waltz of unpredictability. Today, dear viewer, we delve into the enigmatic realm of relationships with a peculiar focus. Why avoidants chase after you when you least expect it. Picture the avoidant as a rare, elusive butterfly flitting through the sunlit garden of human interaction. You see, they are masters of the sidestep, the sudden retreat, and yet paradoxically, there comes a moment when they chase after you with surprising fervor. Why is that, you might wonder? Let us embark on this journey, unraveling the mysteries with stories as vivid as a painter's palette, and with wisdom that time itself has bestowed upon us. Imagine, if you will, a gentleman by the name of Edward. He was an artist, a man of few words but many thoughts. He had the peculiar habit of vanishing at the very moment one might expect him to draw closer. His friends, bemused by his vanishing acts, dubbed him the Phantom. Edward would engage in conversation, his eyes twinkling with interest, and then, like a wisp of smoke, he was gone. But then, just as unpredictably, he would appear at the most unexpected of times, with tales of his adventures as if no time had passed. Why, you ask? Because, my dear friends, the avoidant seeks the comfort of solitude, yet craves connection like a moth drawn to the flame. When the chase is least expected, it is then that the avoidant feels safe, unburdened by the weight of expectation. There's a peculiar irony in this dance, reminiscent of a story I once heard about a wise old owl and a restless mouse. The owl, perched high upon an ancient oak, watched as the mouse scurried about, ever vigilant and wary. The owl, a creature of great intellect, understood the mouse's need for freedom, yet also knew the mouse's nature to seek companionship, even when it feared the very closeness it desired. One moonlit night, the mouse ventured into the open, and the owl, with quiet grace, alighted beside it. "Why do you run when you wish to stay?" the owl asked. The mouse, with a twitch of its tiny nose, replied, "It is not the chase that frightens me, but the fear of being caught." And so it is with avoidance, fluttering between desire and fear, between approach and retreat. Consider the tale of Eleanor, a spirited woman with an adventurous soul. She had a penchant for exploration, not just of lands far and wide, but of the human heart. Eleanor found herself intrigued by a man named James, a classic avoidant if there ever was one. James was charming, effortlessly so, yet elusive, like a shadow at dusk. He would share moments of extraordinary intimacy, only to retreat into silence. But at the least expected moment, when Eleanor had all but released her thoughts of him to the wind, James returned with tales of his absence, of the introspection that had drawn him away. Eleanor, wise in her own right, understood that James's pursuit was not of her alone, but of the balance between his heart's yearning and his mind's solitude. This dance is not confined to romance alone, but echoes through the corridors of friendships and familial bonds. Picture the prodigal son, a story as old as time yet eternally relevant. A son leaves, seeking independence, freedom from the ties that bind, only to return, often when least expected, drawn by the invisible thread of family. It is the avoidant's way to chase after what they fear losing, but only when they believe they are not bound by the chains of obligation. In the realm of psychology, this behavior is a tapestry woven with threads of attachment theory, a dance between the secure and the insecure, the avoidant and the anxious. The avoidant, much like a cat upon a high ledge, seeks the safety of distance, yet cannot resist the lure of human touch. When the chase is least expected, when the anxiety of the other has waned, it is then that the avoidant feels the pull of connection most strongly. It is a paradox, a conundrum wrapped in the soft velvet of human nature. There is a lesson to be learned from this dance. a wisdom that whispers through the ages. It is the understanding that one cannot force the chase, cannot demand the pursuit. For the avoidant, the chase must be of their own volition, sparked by curiosity, by the gentle ebb and flow of interaction. To chase an avoidant is to chase the wind, for it is only when you stand still, when you release the reins of expectation, that the avoidant, like a butterfly, may alight upon your shoulder. The stories are many, the examples as varied as the people who live them. There is the tale of the solitary writer, retreating into the world of words, only to emerge when the presence of another is a balm to the solitude that once comforted. Or the musician, lost in the melody of creation, yet drawn to the harmony of shared silence. Each story, each life, a testament to the delicate balance of proximity and distance, of desire and fear. And so, dear viewer, as we draw this exploration to a close, remember that the avoidance chase is not a game to be won, but a dance to be understood. It is a dance of shadows and light, of moments shared and moments cherished. Embrace the unpredictability, the whimsy of the chase, and in doing so, you may find that the avoidant is not so much chasing you, but rather the connection that lies between. For in the end, it is not the chase itself that matters, but the understanding that to be pursued when least expected is to be cherished in a way that defies the ordinary. In the quiet moments, when the world is still and the heart is open, it is then that the avoidant may find the courage to step forward, not in fear, but in the simple, profound desire to connect. And that, dear viewer, is why avoidants chase after you when you least expect it.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.